Okay, so you know how finding a new apartment can be like super stressful, right?
Oh, yeah, tell me about it.
You finally find that perfect place, sign the lease,
Yeah.
and you're like, yes,
Feeling good.
finally I can relax.
Yeah.
But then you get hit with all these crazy fees you never even heard of.
Ugh, it's the worst.
Like, bam, surprise,
Right.
you owe us more money.
Yep. And that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Yeah, we're talking about hidden fees and frustrated renters.
And we've got a big one this time.
Huge.
It involves Greystar.
Which, like, everybody's probably heard of.
Oh, yeah, they manage tons of properties.
Like hundreds of thousands.
So this isn't some small thing.
Oh, this is a big deal.
It's getting serious because the Federal Trade Commission,
The FTC.
yeah, in the state of Colorado,
They're both suing Greystar,
and they're saying Greystar's using all these, like, deceptive fees.
which basically means they're breaking the law.
Exactly. Consumer protection laws say you got to be upfront about what you're charging.
Right, you can't just
Yeah.
hide stuff in the fine print.
Exactly.
So what kinds of fees are we talking about here?
Well, the FTC and Colorado are saying Greystar was charging these fees that weren't, like, clearly explained up front.
So people thought they knew what they were agreeing to when they signed their lease.
Right, but then all this extra stuff gets tacked on later.
The lawsuit gives a couple examples.
Okay, so, like, what kind of stuff?
One is these convenience fees for paying your rent online.
So it's, like, extra just to pay online.
Yeah, which, like, isn't that how everyone pays rent these days?
Seriously.
It's like they're punishing you for doing what's convenient.
I know, right? And then there's all these unexpected move-out charges, too.
Like what kind of stuff?
I mean, it can be anything. Cleaning fees, damage fees, who knows?
It's like they're just making stuff up.
Sometimes it feels like that.
But seriously, though,
Yeah.
imagine you're all set with your budget, right?
You've got everything planned out.
And then suddenly you owe, like, hundreds of dollars more than you thought.
Ugh, that's a nightmare.
Talk about stressful.
It's not fair to renters.
Not at all.
They deserve to know what they're getting into from the start.
Transparency is key.
Exactly.
But I'm curious,
Yeah.
is this just a Greystar problem?
Well, the lawsuit is specifically about them.
Right.
But let's be honest.
Yeah.
Hidden fees are everywhere in the rental industry.
Like it's a systemic issue.
Totally.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's the people who can least afford it who get hit the hardest.
Low-income renters?
Exactly. It makes finding affordable housing even more difficult.
That's really messed up.
It is. And, you know, all these little fees might not seem like much on their own.
But they add up.
Oh, yeah, it's death by 1,000 cuts.
Exactly. And I gotta say, I'm glad the FTC is involved here.
Me too. It means they're taking this seriously.
This isn't just some local issue,
Nope, it's a federal agency stepping in.
which could have huge implications.
Oh, yeah.
So let's say Greystar loses this case.
Okay.
What happens then?
Well, first off, they could be looking at some pretty hefty fines.
Like a lot of money.
Yeah, and they might have to refund all those renters who got charged these shady fees.
That'd be awesome.
Right, but even bigger than that,
Yeah.
this case could set a legal precedent.
Okay, so for people like me who don't really understand legal jargon,
Sure.
what does setting a precedent actually mean?
It means this case could affect how courts decide similar cases in the future.
Oh, okay. So it's like a domino effect.